she's on her own, she hasn't got her camera through yet, so that's what we're waiting for. Sorry, it's just better that I ask you, because I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there not the case? Yeah, you can clarify.
You told me you were in some event or...
Yeah, no, we're hired to.
His name is Ram. Then my name is Devang. The name is the creator of life. This is another word for the sun. Today is our marriage anniversary.
Thank you. I'm Bianca. I love that. Yeah, double
Check. I think something's about to happen now. Hello. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending what I feel is a momentous occasion today for the international media launch for Kochadaiyaan, happening here in our city, London. It's a huge privilege for Sterling to be working on a breakthrough film such as this, and and to be part of a team which have not just Indian cinema but world cinema's greatest leaders and veterans.
Guys in the front, can you please sit down, please? Yeah. Please, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
And if I could request the producer of the film, Dr. J. Murali of Media One Global Entertainment, to address the media, please.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here. First of all, I want to tell you that this film attempted by Soundarya is a very different film which is done by Indian technicians along with Indian cast and crew with international technicians in London and Los Angeles, an attempt which great people like Steven Spielberg and James Cameron have done in Tintin and Avatar. This is even better, a little different, that she is using a photorealistic technology so that the images would be like real and not like an animated one which they attempted in. And this is first of its kind, and she has even attempted bringing in actors of yesteryears to come into this film, and which the people who worked on films like Tintin have told me that nobody has ever done it in the world. I'm very proud to be part of this team to produce this film, and I would hand over to Soundarya to talk more about it. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you so much for coming, and it's an extreme honor and privilege to be in front of all of you today. It's an amazing feeling to be sitting next to my father and Rahman sir, working on a project as ambitious as what Kochadaiyaan is. And we've just completed a shoot in London, and as a team we wanted to meet you all and ask for your support for the project. And like Dr. Murli said, this is a first-time attempt for us, and we're trying to take the standards of Indian cinema to match what that is in Hollywood. And technically the film's going to be one of its kind, and I'm very happy to be directing my father and working with Rahman, so it's an honor. Thank you. I would request Rahman sir to say a few words about the film. We have finished some recording and we have some more work left, but I hand over the mic to him now.
Any questions?
Rajni sir is singing has sung a song after 20 years, and I'm sure it must be an honor to have him in the recording studio. If both can share your experiences of how it was, you as music director and Rajni sir as a singer, taking the mic after 20 years.
He has certain things to say in life which inspired a lot of people. It's inspired me too. And so when Soundarya ji came up with this idea of using certain quotes which he would say in his own voice, and since it's an animated movie, it'll bring so much of personality and depth with his voice. And so what we tried to do was make a song, and then in that he comes in and does, generously giving so many quotes which are beautiful, written by Varamuthu and Irshad Kamal. So it's not singing, actually, it's almost like saying quotes which he believes from his personal life. And
we actually took my dad by surprise when we requested him to lend his voice for the song, and he accepted immediately. And I thank you for accepting. I think you'd like to say a few words on the song.
Good afternoon, everybody. And so this is entirely everything new for me. Even singing or saying some words or whatever in the song, and even in acting also. This whole thing is an experience for me. It is basically, it is not an actor's show. It is a technician's show, actually. More visual effects and visual treat and the musical. It is a festival like feast, actually. Since now Avatar and Tintin, people have seen, so I will not explain more. So there is in Indian first, English, and many other Indian languages they are making it. And I am really proud and shocked to see my daughter directing me. And first, actually, I felt I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable in the beginning. Later, I forgotten she's my daughter. I could see only the director. I'm happy that actually she thorough the whole script and she knows what exactly she wants, and she directed even the veterans like Shobna, Sharat, and other actors. So they also appreciated. And the picture is definitely, and Rahman, from the beginning for this project, Rahman is full support, and he was the one actually initiated Soundarya to do such a big project, and Dr. Murli with so enthusiastically, he's working, and expecting high in India, and for me it is entirely a different thing, and even Indian audience is going to be very different. And definitely the media, the press support and entertainment and your encouragement is always needed. Thank you very much.
I think if we could open the floor up to questions and answers, please.
Very happy to meet you here. Such a superhero. First, I would like to know how is your health now?
Thank you very much. I'm definitely 90%, almost I am fine, sir. By God's blessing and prayers of a lot of my fans. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Naman from Variety magazine.
Rajni sir, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ನಾಮಲ್ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು book ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Anyway, I'm here with Variety. So the question is, who will this film appeal to apart from outside of your fan base, and why?
Pardon me? I didn't get you.
Who will this film appeal to outside of your? You have a big fan base, but outside of that, will it appeal to anybody else, and why?
No, definitely not even fans, and even the cinema people and technicians, even the Indian cinema people actually. Because it's the first attempt, actually never attempted before. And the two from south, from Madras, and doing Soundarya, the first film. So definitely it will a bit and it is a pleasant surprise to everybody. And Oscar,
It is a fantasy film with the Indian subject, and it's being done with international technicians to definitely match the standards of what has been done in other films that you would have seen. So definitely it has got a very strong story value which will appeal to international audience, and it's been very carefully done with that in mind. And it will not lack, it will not only attract children, it will attract also a lot of people who love films like action adventure films, and it definitely will be of international standard. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. If you don't mind, I used to ask you my mother tongue. Vanakkam, sir.
Yeah, vanakkam.
Rahman, sir, vanakkam. நீங்க வந்திருக்கிறது எங்க மகிழ்ச்சி. உங்களோட நேரம் நல்லா வரதுக்குங்கிற வேண்டுதல். இந்த படம் எப்போ வெளிவரும்? நீண்ட காலமாக உங்களுடைய படங்கள் நீண்ட காலத்தை எடுத்துக்கொள்ளும். எத்தனை திரைப்படம் கூட 1.5 வருடங்களுக்கு மேற்பட்டு இது எப்பொழுது வெளிவரும் சொல்ல முடியுமா?
Actually வந்து தீபாவளி பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. தீபாவளி அதாவது டெஃபினெட்லி இந்த வருஷம் வந்துடும். Yeah. Thank you.
You can do a brief in English.
Yeah.
Yes.
This film actually we are trying hard to release Deepavali, that is November 13th. I think November 13th is Deepavali. Yes. Yeah.
Hi, I'm from MATV. It's a question directed to Mr. A.R. Rahman. You've directed in Indian Hindi movies. Now you've obviously started off in the South. How does it feel, and how is it different working for the South versus the Hindi cinema?
When you take a movie, the sensibilities are different. But this movie, what we're trying to do is to make it universal in a way. So we are doing songs in Hindi. Irshad Kamal is writing, Rakib Alam is writing, and then it's not just like a dubbing song where we do a Tamil song and
He fondly called Bingo, and he's choreographing the stunt sequences, and he's worked closely with Jackie Chan in a lot of Hong Kong films. So he'll be choreographing a lot of the fight sequences in the movie. So it's going to be quite dramatic.
He sounds very fierce to be called Bingo.
No. That's right.
And tell me about kind of following in the footsteps of films like Avatar and Tintin. Mm-hmm. How did they inspire you?
Oh, the very concept of doing something that is so different and that is so not what everyday people see. You don't see 7 feet tall blue characters and you call them it's the avatar, and then it's something that a step outside what we all know, and that's pushing imagination and creativity to that edge. And I think is a big inspiration for me. And this film is it's a fictitious subject, but it's very realistic. I don't have dragons. I don't have I don't have wings for actors. I don't have tails. I don't have exaggerated ears. I don't have any of those. And I think that makes it more challenging for us, because my dad is such a famous actor that every move of his, and he's very famous for his mannerisms and his body language and the gimmicks, and he's very known and loved for that. So I need to make sure that I capture the true essence of Mr. Rajnikanth in this film. So it's quite challenging like that.
Do you feel pressure at all? Because I mean, this is the first Indian film that's used the CGI performance capture.
It is, and it is a British film. We're doing it in English, and we're releasing it in many Indian languages and Japanese as well, because Dad's big in Japan. There's a lot of responsibility, yes, I'm aware, but I think I'm very passionate about what I do, and with the support of my producer, Dr. Murli, and with my dad, and with A.R. Rahman, so I think I feel safe.
Yeah, you're on to a winner. You've got all the brilliant ingredients. I just wanted to double check if I missed anything out. There's going to be a launch in Tokyo, is that right?
Of course,
as well? Yeah,
of course, absolutely.
Expectations? No, that's everything.
Okay.
I think
Thank you
that's
so
great.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You are.
Hilary Fox from AP. This is Christina.
Hi, Christina. Hi. Thank you. I hope it was all okay.
Yeah, that was great. So we're from AP. So all the Indian news everything up. How do you think the launch went? Crazy?
It was good.
It
was good. Yeah, I've seen more crazy stuff. They just keep pulling my hand and all this stuff.
Really? I like the way that you could barely walk past the piano without having to go. Well, that was brilliant. How are we doing, Christina?
Yeah.
Oh, audio okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Right, so, what was the appeal of this project for you? It does sound like you had your reservations to start with.
No, my thing was, if I do an animation project in India, it has to be the best. And we're all setting up a standard where then we could go beyond that. And I'm also working with DreamWorks Animation. So I didn't want anything inferior to do, this side. So that was my reservation. But then when I saw clips and the way all the, they're handling the project was really good. So far, so good. And we have Rajnikanth, of course. And to have his character, so he's got so much of pull. And people just love him. And his input, he's just mentoring the project himself, checking out each step. So it's all good so far.
Tell me about the story, actually. What's it all about?
The story is very, comes from his sensibilities. And he has this really thing about goodness and about cleansing the self. And he has so much of wisdom, which I've learned so much from him through his interviews and stuff. So I love doing that song where he just says all this stuff culminated and on top of a song which is almost like a ballad.
And you said is he not necessarily singing, he's talking some of it,
Yeah,
is that right?
sorry, yeah.
So why did you decide to do it like that?
Because we didn't want him to sing, and he was also not very comfortable with that. So we have a voice which goes on top, and then he almost, like Socrates, tells this for the younger generation as an army chief in the movie. So it also applies to today,
Excellent. How do you think it'll go down in India? I mean, there's obviously a lot of expectation already.
I like animation movies a notch above now already, and the whole technology is getting better, and you feel you're amazed by certain movies, and so I was very excited that something's happening in India and it's being done, at least they're all trying to be right in this, and we are going to try our best to do whatever.
Excellent. And how does it actually compare with the experience with working with the DreamWorks animation?
The DreamWorks animation one, it's in English. It's conceived in English for an international audience, like for a universal audience. Whereas here we have the sensibilities are more Indian, and of course the Indian could be universal, because people need a change. Because one vision always gets boring. So I hope that his movies have always crossed, like Muthu
was a big hit in Japan, and all those things have already happened. So I'm sure that this is going to be right, God willing.
And how would you kind of describe the music? I know, is it your 2 songs?
The music is a lot of orchestra in it and a lot of hybrid stuff. Orchestra. We just did a whole lot of recording in Mumbai with the Babelsberg Film Orchestra, and my friend Alan Mayerson came from Hans Zimmer's engineer, came and did the engineering for that. And then now we might go do recordings in London with the London Film Orchestra, which I love, in Air Studios. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole thing.
So it's based very much in the works, isn't it, at the moment? It's kind of, you started, you've got a few under, and you've got quite a long way to go,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're almost there, like 45% in the music. We've done 2 songs, and some of the scores done, and some of the scores, temp scores are done like on keyboards, and then once it's animated, we'll have a real orchestra play on that. So.
Excellent. How on earth do you manage to work on all these projects at once? Your schedule's ridiculous. You're flying everywhere all the time.
I think music kind of pushes you. I think when once you're involved in something really nice, it drives you, and that's what drives me so far.
Excellent. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you. Very much looking forward to seeing the finished item.